Welcome back everyone. Today I am making gluten-free bread rolls. If you thought all gluten-free breads and bread products tasted like cardboard, then you need to give this recipe a go because this will pleasantly surprise your taste buds. Okay, so does it taste exactly the same as normal bread? No. And does it behave the same way as normal bread? No. Are there a lot more ingredients than you need when you make normal bread versus gluten-free bread? Yes. Don't let any of that scare you. This bread is not supposed to be normal bread, but it's supposed to be a great tasting version of gluten-free bread. So you can see a lot of the ingredients mimic normal bread, except obviously the flours, and you need to do a bit of a blend of flours. So I've written it all down in the caption below for you, and all of the flours that I've purchased, if you live in Australia, you can easily find at your Coles or Woolies. It's pretty simple. You just need to experiment a little bit with the order of things that you put everything in, which I've done for you here, and just be patient because some days bread recipes work out perfectly, other days they can be touch and go. But if you follow this recipe, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the perfect bread roll to have with soups, have it for lunch on its own, warm it up, make it into a burger. These bread rolls are pretty good. Once you've added all of your ingredients together and you've given it a good mix with your kitchen mixer, you can do it by hand if you don't have a kitchen mixer, you'll see that the consistency of this bread dough is very wet. Leave it like that. You can add extra flour at this stage if you want to, but let it rest first and see how it comes out because you'll find that a lot of the moisture gets drawn out of the flour mix and then it looks pretty much like normal dough. After your dough mix has had its first rest, roll it out. You'll see here that it is still really sticky. This is where I add the extra flour, not too much, but just enough so that I can actually work with the dough and that it's not a complete mess to roll out. You don't have to add too much, but it's just a matter of making sure that it's not sticking to your fingers when you're rolling it out. You will see here that I've still got doughy fingers. You can't eradicate it 100%, but you don't want to add too much flour because then you don't want them to be dry and crumbly later on. So just enough to make the mixture workable. Once the dough has been rolled into balls, you'll see that this recipe gets you 11 bread rolls. Yep, a random number. If you want your bread rolls slightly bigger, make them slightly bigger. It will obviously make less and it will need to cook a bit longer so that you'll need to judge at the time of cooking. But cover them first with like plastic wrap and then a tea towel over the top. I find that they rise better with the tea towels over the top and the plastic layer. If you don't want to use the plastic layer, that's your choice, but this is what works for me and this is what I've tested with this recipe and is what works with this recipe. So after they've had their second rest, they're ready to go in the oven and look at how they come out. They look delicious. They taste delicious. Oh, and it smells like a bakery in here. Even though they're gluten-free, the smell of these bread rolls will take you back to the times where you could eat gluten. I hope you enjoy making this recipe. Please hit like and subscribe if you want to see more things like this. Thanks for stopping by.